Hey everyone, this is Cindy Emmy, and today I'm going to be doing a beading video on the difference between seed beads and Delica beads. Now, if you've seen any of my other beading, not my other beading videos, any of my other videos where I don't have a definite script, I ramble. So there will probably be a bunch of rambling because I'd forgotten that I was going to be doing this video, and I got asked by someone when this video was going to go up, so I kind of just pulled out everything and am flying by the seat of my pants. So let's see how this goes. I seem to be missing one. Aha. So a while back, when I started doing fringe, because my brother's girlfriend asked me to make her a pair of earrings, and I'd never made fringe before, I got addicted. But the thing is, though, because I've been doing my little charms, see one of my charms. I have this little tiger right here. I do my charms in Delica beads, which are square beads. And I didn't have a lot of seed beads. The ones I did have were size 15 seed beads, which I use for 3D beading. This is an example of 3D beading, but this is not. This is Swarovski crystals, not seed beads or Delica beads. So what I decided to do is, there was this lady that I was learning from on a video on how to tips and tricks for fringe beading, and I decided to, she paused held up the stuff and said that we could use her pattern. So I, used her pattern. She had two different variations of the top and the bottom, so that this is one variation of the top, and then this was the variation that went with it. It's the middle. And then the other was, it's kind of like, if you notice, it just goes down right here, and then it's the lightest color on the top. And this one has the darkest color, brownie color, all the way up, and then has kind of like a, not a circle, but probably as close as you can get to a circle in beading. But everything else is very similar with the fringe. It's just colors are inverted. And I decided to do both pairs in the one palette color that she had in seed beads. And then I decided to use my regular beads, my Delica beads, and do the same thing in Delicas. Now, I noticed a lot of differences and a lot of similarities, and I now have favorites. These, the full seed bead ones, are heavy. A lot heavier than the Delicas, and they're also bigger. So like, these are the exact same pattern, exact same amount of beads, and there's a 2 bead difference. It's kind of harder to see in camera, but these two lines bigger than Delica beads. However, these lay better and flow a little bit because they're heavier. They flow a little bit more. They don't get as kinked up. You don't see as they don't get this weird kink in them that Delica ones do. I kind of like the kink now. I've kind of grown to love the way that the Delicas are, and also they're really light. They feel like you're wearing nothing. But yeah, these lay straighter, and they're more substantial. However, on the top part is where I have a problem with seed beads. Besides the fact that they're bigger and heavier, I don't know if in the camera you can see, because my camera does not like to focus. I need a new camera. Can I get you to focus? Seed beads, because of the nature of them being round instead of square, I think you can see it better in these fringe earrings. The squareness of the Delica beads, they sit one on top of the other, so like you can kind of hide the strings better than you can with ones that are round. I think you can kind of see there It's not focusing, but you can, a little bit right there, you can see like the white, which it's actually called crystal. And they don't sit very nicely. So you get like holes, which some people like. I know a lot of people who bead these that just bead in seed beads. And they also, they kind of curl. Like I tried to do another set of earrings that I don't have on hand because they all sold out, of these cactus earrings that were they were a cactus. And I got all of the beads to make them in seed beads and all the ones to make them in delicas. I made the delicas first, and they sold out within the first 48 hours. Or no, actually first 24 hours. I don't even think they were up for like 2 hours before they sold the first time. But when I tried to do the the seed bead version, oh my word, they were just, sorry, I just hit the camera. They were pretty color-wise, but it was so big, the top of the triangle. Like it was just huge. And then one corner on both triangles for the stabilizing section just curled up on the end, because it was just the natural way. They're circular and they don't sit straight, so they ended up starting to curl. And it was just like, even when I put the fringe on there, it wouldn't drop down. Like these did have a curl, but once I put the fringe on, they wouldn't not curl, because they were all different different sizes. Even though I culled most of the irregular ones, they're still very different in size. Whereas delicas, there is a difference in size, but it's not as much. It was just horrible. But I have a hard time getting the same exact color in seed beads as I get in delicas. So there aren't a lot of ones I could do that I can do with a different color top and then the fringe being seed bead, but I'm trying. It's, it's a work in progress. Right now I have, if you've watched my daily beading podcast, which should go up before this, the ones I'm working on right now are American flag inspired. And this is the stabilizing triangle. Now, if I could get the same color beads in seed bead, I probably would for this one, because I think it looks so cute with them. But I had to get delicas because I couldn't find an exact color match, because even though they have numbers and names, the names are different from place to place, and the codes don't correlate between size 15, or not size 15, seed bead and delica numbers are not equal. So when I have to go by name, they end up 2 or 3 shades darker or lighter than what I'm looking for. And that's happened so many times. I have, wasted so much money on it. I'm just like, if I get a seed bead that's the exact same color as another one, then I'll use it. But yeah, so this is actually the earring that I was stating before that I tried in seed beads. This is the exact size triangle that I was trying to make with the seed beads, but in delicas it was this size. In seed beads it was all the way over here. I actually have one of the triangles that I made as an extra one, because I was gonna make 2 pairs of the earrings, and I think it's downstairs. It was the only one that was not ruined by anger. But it was like this much bigger, which would be totally way too heavy on an ear, though some people wear those sizes. But yeah, so the differences and similarities are, they both look pretty, they both dangle. Delicas are lighter, smaller. Seed beads are bigger, heavier, but they, people seem to think they look nicer. I like delicas better. I'm just going to state that right out. but a lot of people like seed beads better. I do love seed beads though. These are like, I have a set of these for myself. Also, one of the things is though, you can get as close, you're supposed to leave a little air between the fringe so that they have the flowy motion. I have noticed that no matter what I do, Delicas, because they're lighter, they don't get as much of a space because once the beads relax, the space grows. If you can see, there's space between this. I'm trying to show it. You can kind of see. But because these are heavier, the space grows even more. So there's some spaces on there that I do not like because they're just heavier, so the string stretches down. And that's, you know, I just don't like that. But yeah, my preference would be to have a Delica top and a seed bead fringe, but I need to find out how to get the exact same colors without having mistakes in the coloring. I have a couple colors that I can get exactly the same color in Delicas and seed beads, but it is a struggle. It is a huge struggle. Yeah, this has been very rambly and all over the place, but I hope it helps some of the beginners at least. Some of the things like that I tested out, I didn't know. I didn't know what the difference between when I started out. So yeah, I hope it helped. But overall, it ends up being just preference. Some people like seed beads more than Delicas. Some like Delicas more than seed beads. Some people like me love both, but have a preference more one way or the other due to financial or just at ease of availability. I hope you have a wonderful week and God bless.